Damn, I hate a shy bitch.
All right, welcome back to Forever Shy, Never Shy. Check it in right now, Forever Shy Terry. I got two guests with me. Simone.
I ain't no guest, nigga.
Oh, you a co-host. My bad.
What the fuck going on with him? Yo, it's the Simone J.
No one niggas ain't tell you fired yet.
He can't fire me. I don't get paid. You don't need my services no more. Like,
And Mariah Omega,
Hi guys.
the legend.
aw, hi guys.
Hi guys.
So we ain't seen
Hi.
Omega since what was the episode? Going through phones.
Oh yeah.
We ain't seen
That
you
was.
in a while.
I know, man.
Where you been at?
Damn, you been on her twice? You a co-host.
So I get money.
Oh, I've been up under a rock like Patrick Star, man.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man.
All right, so we're going to get into a few topics today. Talking about Jay-Z, talking about Colin Kaepernick,
Yeah.
talking about the LGBTQ history law that was just passed in Illinois,
Horrible.
talking about bitch-ass niggas not defending
say
their
horrible?
girlfriend
I did say horrible.
in public. So we talking about a few things. Now, before we get into all that, if you're checking us out on YouTube, make sure you check us out on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play. God damn it. Where else we at? Tilly's.
Everywhere.
Motherfucking-
I'm so fucking
everywhere.
tired of his
Salon.
ass, Jay.
Where else we at?
Talking about Telly's. We're at Chicago Public School.
Bevy, everywhere. All right, so first off, get into our first topic. Jay-Z, the NFL, and Colin Kaepernick. Okay, so Jay-Z just inked 3 different deals with the NFL. 1, he's going to have a significant ownership in the team.
Right.
2, he is the live entertainment strategist of the NFL for live shows. I think that's some shit they made up to give him some more money. And 3,
Sounds good
Rock
with me.
Nation, which is the company he owns, Rock Nation, is partnering with the NFL Social Justice Committee. A lot of people felt like Jay-Z turned his back on his people by accepting that deal from him prior. He took a stance against the NFL this year, decided not to perform the Super Bowl. He came out on the record saying, they need me, you don't need them. So basically he said, fuck the NFL. Now he's working with the NFL. And a lot of people feel a different way about it because Colin Kaepernick is still being blackballed by the NFL. So how do y'all feel about it?
Motherfuckers say fuck the police all the time, still call their ass. But
Okay.
I'm just saying. I think when it comes down to it, I think I was talking to Mariah off the show, and we were saying like he's he is so like
Meticulous.
yeah, and he know what the fuck he be doing. Like he outsmart a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know like
He ain't no billionaire for no reason.
come on now. And on top of that, like Jay-Z know the game, G. You know what I mean? He know how to play it. If I'm probably about to own half of an NFL team, then I might get a plug to pull Colin Kaepernick in to hire his ass. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what? I think that a lot of people don't know a lot about the topic, don't know what's going on. We just see some shit and we hear some shit and we like, man, he a Uncle Tom or he a sellout or you know what I'm saying? And you don't even know because when he definitely pulled Colin Kaepernick back in or get him a job or you know what I'm saying? Then what the fuck y'all gonna say now? And on top of that, if you wanna fix a problem, you're gonna have to work on the problem. You damn near gotta work with the other side. Just like when like presidents, like if we at war with somebody, it's gonna be presidents sitting down with the country that we at war with to stop the war. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be some type of conversation. It has to be some. If we want the shit to stop, now if you just want to protest and you want to be at odds with motherfuckers and you don't want the situation to end, then of course you can just be at odds for the rest of your life. But if you want to stop some shit and you want to correct some shit, you're gonna have to sit down and have a conversation with your op or you know what I'm saying, the opposition. So
Okay. How do you feel about him not contacting Colin Kaepernick ahead of time about this deal?
That's not his. He don't have to do that. He ain't fucking that man.
Oh.
ooh.
That ain't, that's dead ass though, right? Like that's not his wife. He don't have to answer to him.
Right.
Colin's not a billionaire. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. He played in the NFL.
Right.
He's gotten checks. You could have made a way. You feel me? You could have been in the same predicament. You got checks too. He made it.
From a lot of people would say just from a respect standpoint, with Colin Kaepernick being the originator of this whole thing. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? He the
Taking the
person who
knee.
put this shit on the map as far as oppression in the NFL, doing something about it, and kind of put a microscope on everything. So it's just like, from a respect standpoint, you don't feel like he could have hollered at him about it before he made that deal?
No, he don't owe him that.
It's kind of like to a point where it's kind of like when you make a move and it may offend someone. This is the thing. One, it's different when it's going to maybe affect someone. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between affecting and offending. You know what I mean? I might do something that you necessarily don't like. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. Like, but it's not, the thing is, what could he, besides offend him in a sense, he's already banned.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So technically, it's not like I'm finna make you lose your job, or because you already lost your job. And I'm not saying that he lost it. Like, what he stood for wasn't some shit that I don't support or I don't fuck with, because it is. But at the end of the day, like, it would have been nice if he did. You get what I'm saying? That would have been dope if he did. But I can't fault him because he didn't. You know what I mean? We make a lot of moves all the time that actually affect motherfuckers, that like literally will affect you. You know what I'm saying? We'll change the way your route going, and we don't call motherfuckers all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That don't make it right.
Yeah, it don't.
I'm gonna say this though, and I'm playing devil's advocate right now.
Yeah.
With the whole Jay-Z situation. So a lot of people feel like, wait on Jay-Z, and I'm not giving my opinion. I'm just playing devil's advocate. A lot of people feel like wait on Jay-Z. Wait to see this big move he gonna make and all this. A lot of people feel like Jay-Z gonna pull something big off. Mm-hmm. I think in the NFL, I think that we have this impression of Jay-Z that because he's a billionaire, because he means so much to our culture, that he means that much to the world. And I think that a lot of times we look at Jay-Z, we feel like when Jay-Z, most of the time he gonna have leverage in any room he walk in because he's gonna be one of the richest people in the room.
Right.
He not one of the richest people in these rooms.
Right.
Right. And we feel like he gonna have this leverage just as a social icon. But now he in the room with people obviously don't give a fuck. Like in the NFL owners room,
technically they do give a fuck because they gave him an offer.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
No. I'm talking about team owners. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the owners of the team.
Did you say earlier that one of the deals was him possibly half owning the NFL team?
Right.
So he's not going to sit in the room with those NFL owners?
Yeah, he might.
All right. So I mean they're kind of going to give a fuck now. He's on a different level.
It's a difference between okay, so look, if we all in the same playing field now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was just Jay-Z and he coming in and he don't own shit, and he just Jay-Z and he mean a lot to us and he just coming in to have a conversation with them, of course they're not going to give a fuck. But now I'm sitting at the same table that you sitting at and I'm eating just like you eating. The same way that you... But listen to what I'm saying. Listen.
There's levels of billionaires. We
No.
talking about niggas who just became a billionaire.
It's different.
We talking about niggas who own NFL teams.
But we're talking... This is the thing. I'm not talking about a money standpoint. I'm talking about a position standpoint. You get what I'm saying? Because it's two different things. So Terry, we literally in the same position right now, right? You might have more money than me, but we are in the same position. So we're in the same position where when it comes down to it, it's motherfuckers in a room just like what's the dude on the Cowboys?
Jerry Jones.
Right. He might have more money than somebody that own the Bears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're still sitting in the same position. They sitting at the same table. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I'm not talking about now. I have to cause it's different. Like I don't have to necessarily come and listen to a motherfucker that just rap. You know what I'm saying? But we're meeting, and this is also not only is he a rapper, not only is he black, he's an owner. So now, even if they don't give a fuck, they might have to still listen though. You get what I'm saying? They might still have to open their ears and listen because now you sitting at the table, so we gonna have to let this nigga speak. You know what I mean? They might not give a fuck, but now they got I gotta open your ear because I have to sit here and listen to you. You know what I'm saying? You still don't have to give a fuck though. But a lot of times what changes our minds is when you sitting at the table. I know like. When I'm sitting at the table, I've sat at the table with my mom, my sister, and all them. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. However, I'm still listening. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I walked away from the table like, you know what? They might be. In my thought, I wasn't going into the conversation thinking I'm gonna give a fuck what y'all talking about. But when I walk away from the conversation, I'm like, you know what? You might be right.
Yeah,
exactly.
I learned.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that opportunity that he can change it. But go ahead.
But what happens if Colin says, no, I don't want your help?
He has every right to do that.
Yeah, I think,
Right.
He got every right to do that.
But y'all expect this man to call him and ask him, or at least talk to him about making a move?
I think out of respect he should have. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I think it would have been nice.
Wow.
However, is he obligated to? You get what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
not an
nah,
obligation.
he's not
It's not an
obligated.
obligation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's business.
this is the thing, and also what you got to realize is, especially when a lot of times we don't care how we offend nobody that don't technically.
I always talking about somebody being offended. Every
Would
show.
he not be? Would he not be
Somebody-
offended?
that's all she does, somebody offended.
So what do you think of?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? What do y'all? Do you feel like if Colin Kaepernick had a stance and he was against it, do you think it's because he offended or because it affects him?
I don't think it matters. I think he's just against it.
Ego.
Like, whether he offended, whether it's his right.
So if
ego,
somebody
whatever
ego-
case may
now
be,
look,
like,
now look, if I get up and I say that I don't like when people use the word retard. I don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know I
Yeah,
don't.
that diverse learners.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I get up and you be like, F all the retards. It offends me.
we talk about this every.
Yeah, but I'm saying because it's a lot of times when it comes down to it, it comes down to the fact that people be offended by shit.
I get that. I just want to talk about
Yeah.
the bigger picture of the situation. So this is how I feel about it, because I do feel like Jay-Z might have a little bit of clout in it. I don't feel like he's in the same position as other NFL owners, just because I feel like he coming into a room where it's just him. And that's why I feel like the position not the same. It's just it's just him, and just as fast as they let him in there, they could get him up out of there. And Jerry Jones not in there, they can't get him up out of there. It's some NFL owners that the nigga who owned the Bears and owned the Bears for the last 50 years, they not getting him up out of there. So regardless of what he say, Jerry Jones say the most racist shit in the world. He can go stand next to Trump, do whatever he want to do. He gonna own the Cowboys regardless. Jay-Z don't have that same luxury. So I don't feel like they're in the same position, but I do feel like in this situation,
You got to start somewhere though.
Jay-Z does deserve a chance. I think this is a prime example of you do somebody you say yes 99 times, and then you say no once, and they don't fuck with you. You do a motherfucker 99 favors, and then one time you don't say no. So Jay-Z done got 21 Savage out of jail.
You
He
feel
done
me?
bonded
My mom
out all
did
these
everything
people in
for us.
Baltimore.
Meek on a whole different wave now.
Exactly. We was just in the Meek documentary. It was damn Jay-Z cold. He was just sending that water over to Africa. Jay-Z was cold, but now it's like he do one thing that's questionable, and it's fuck Jay-Z.
Yeah, but
I
nobody.
don't fuck with that. And I think in the long run of this game, I think that Colin Kaepernick, and I fuck with Kaepernick, I do feel like he deserves a job. He got his money that he was owed. Do he deserve an opportunity? Maybe he do deserve an opportunity. I feel like he got 2 opportunities that he might have blew. One was with the Miami Dolphins. He wore that Fidel Castro T-shirt. That wasn't a good move. Then one with the Baltimore Ravens, where he compared the owner to the character of the Django. So it's like if he really wanted to work to them with those teams.
I didn't know about that. I knew for there.
Yeah,
That's so crazy.
It's some shit that didn't happen. That's just like the Fidel Castro T-shirt in Miami is just like wearing a fucking Hitler T-shirt to Jewtown. But that's what he did, and that's how he stood on that. Like, and it was what it was. If he didn't want to play for those teams, he didn't have to. I still feel like it's a lot of subpar starting quarterbacks in the NFL. And Colin Kaepernick deserved a shot. And low-key, he was one of them before he left. He wasn't a star. He wasn't like he went to the Super Bowl. He's very talented. He wasn't one of the top guys, but he definitely deserved to be in the NFL right now, talent-wise. But at the same time, I think that this is gonna make Colin Kaepernick look bad. And the reason why I say that is because
To who?
To every in the
NFL, not to the black people.
Nah, to black people.
Really?
In the long run of history, I feel like it's gonna make him look bad. And the reason why I say that is because you can't stop a movement for yourself. You decided to be the sacrificial lamb and say, I'm a sacrifice. You knew that you could have lost your job for doing what you did and for saying what you said, and now you lost it. Right? And now somebody is trying to move forward. And we can't make it seem like just because Colin Kaepernick don't got a job, it's not progress being made.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if Jay-Z want to make this deal and take the money and work with the NFL and use their money to support black communities, and Colin Kaepernick not a part of that, then it's like, nigga, you made that sacrifice and we moving forward. You can't say, don't do shit until I get a job. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like, you know how like, and I hate to, you know how like Malcolm X and Martin, like they literally
had
two different ways of going about things. However, I feel like they're definitely like both were needed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think I'm definitely not comparing neither one of them to Martin or Malcolm X. But it's just it's 10 different ways to skin a fucking cat.
Yes,
you get what I'm
is.
saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's why I say he's not obligated, because if you're going into something and you have a vision to do something that is going to progress us as a people, that is going to better us as a people, though this may, again, offend Because I feel like it's
It's
not
like women want to talk about the emotions of a business deal.
because this is the thing. No, because what else? Listen, what else could he be mad at? The only thing you could be is offended because you feel like he didn't call you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
You
saying?
could
I
be
mean,
part-
that's
you
true
could be mad
because-
of the money part of it. It's like, damn, I'm looking at everything I lost, and you finna cash the fuck out.
But I
It
mean,
could
he
be-
signed
it,
with-
it, it, don't even, it might even be emotional. It might be business. Like, nigga, hit my line and make me a part of that deal. I'm the one who started this shit.
Nah, that's too much though. That's too. You don't.
talking
That's emotion.
business.
Ain't
We
it?
are-
You
we-
going off? You mad?
That's
That's
not. It's not
business.
emotion
That's
if it's
business.
business. But what it is that I don't owe you that.
But no. If it's
You
money
ain't call me
involved,
when you got
it'd
your
have been
Nike
different.
campaign?
This is the thing. It'd have been different if we started this movement together. And then I decided to go ahead and cash in by my fucking self. We did not this movement, but first of all, it was this has always we always want to stop social injustice. You get what I'm saying? This is not something that Colin Kaepernick came back and was like, I recognize this shit on my own. I
don't know about that.
he did not recognize the shit on his own.
No,
he
didn't,
always
but
did.
he brought it to the NFL. And that's what we dealing with is the NFL. So with this situation, Colin Kaepernick started this.
That
If
wasn't
Colin
the
Kaepernick not
first
doing what
time,
he did,
though.
this shit with Jay-Z would not be happening.
No, I don't think that was the first time in the NFL. I think it was another gentleman like maybe in the 90s. He was black.
You talking about Jim Brown?
Nah, he wasn't no
Yeah,
major
Jim Brown was
dude though,
nice.
and that's
Right.
why I think his movement didn't stand. He wasn't no major player. I don't remember his name, which sucks because I'm coming with half-ass information. You feel me? And I understand.
But that's
that.
your point. Here's
But,
my
you
point
know-
anyway.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it was another gentleman that tried it, that
Right,
attempted.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
And what
he
I'm
just
saying
didn't
is, in
get
this particular situation, if Colin Kaepernick didn't do what he did, Jay-Z would not have the deal that he got right now. It just wouldn't be a thing.
Shit, it's so
So do y'all think he is sellout?
So patent shit.
For,
Absolutely not.
for,
You can't.
for-
I know it was a joke. It was a fucking joke, dummy.
so since they're saying that Jay-Z sold out, right?
Right.
Colin ain't signed sell out when he did his Nike campaign. Nike owned by white people.
Nah.
No.
No. Nike was in a sense in the way I looked at it.
That was a
Nike was
business
going
move.
back to but also it was more of an in support. You get what I'm saying? It still was a business move.
I don't think it was an in support. It was a
I still think it's
finesse.
disingenuous. I think
It was a true finesse.
I think it may have
Black
been.
people wear Nikes more than white people.
Yeah,
Nah.
and which is why I feel like
That's kind of hard to say.
I mean, it is
wear-
kind of hard to say, but we
We are
we
a
the
big
ones who go.
supporter of Nike.
We're a bigger supporter.
Nah.
Bro,
listen,
we wait
even
for
if we not
we wait for
buying-
shoes to drop.
right.
White people don't do that.
We wait for Jordans to drop.
No, they wait for Nikes to drop. The new waffle Nikes.
I mean, listen. Even if we not buying the most Nikes, we influencing culture enough to where we the reason why Nikes are being bought. Even if it's more white people buying Nikes than we are, we're the reason they're buying them. We influence culture to
I agree with that
decide
standpoint.
what's cool. If we all start wearing Reebok, the white people be wearing Reeboks.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Cardi tried it, didn't
so
work.
even if we not buying the most, like, it's on us. So I feel like, them giving them that deal was big, and it was dope. It might have been disingenuous, but it helped his pockets. The end of the day is just kind of like, the weird part to me is like, how could you be mad at somebody for doing a deal with the company that is blackballing you, but you want to work for the company too?
Yeah.
Like, you're
And-
trying to get back in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
And-
Like,
Because
And
he was
also-
offended.
and if Jay-Z was going to hire you at
He
this
was,
point,
he was offended. His feelings was hurt that
Yeah.
it wasn't him and it was Jay-Z.
No, but you know what? Also, and I'm gonna go to this standpoint. Regardless if you were offended about or you were mad that you didn't get the cash, the movement is still going on. You get what I'm saying?
that's the most important thing.
That's the most. So you can't if this was really about the movement. He pushing forward on the movement, so
Yeah.
you can't be mad about that. So if you want the movement to keep going and you want it to progress and you want it to get better and you want to fix it, you can't be too mad.
You can't say it can't happen without
Exactly.
me. It's like,
Because
at the
it-
end of the day, it's like, who the fuck you think you are?
Because if I'm sorry, if I,
Shout out to Noob, though.
if Colin Kaepernick, because if I'm sorry, the thing is, if Colin Kaepernick passed today, and I'm not wishing that on that man at all, it's still going to be social injustice. It still needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So somebody is going to have to pick it up. You get what I'm saying?
True.
Exactly.
And somebody's going to want to have to fix it. We can't, like you said, we can't get to a point. I know you want to stand you have to get to a point where it's not your pride is not involved. Because if this is a social movement that you want to push, you're gonna have to take a step back on your pride, and you're gonna have to say, okay, if we gonna fix it, then let me get to a point where I can fix it. It's not that that okay, they not fucking with me, so I ain't fucking with them. You can't get to that
exactly
point.
like what was Jay-Z point. Like, okay, we've kneeled. Now what's next?
Right. It's got to be a conversation.
It's gonna go with that protest because he did say it was a very necessary part. You feel me? He said it was a necessary part.
Protesting
Was the necessary.
Yeah. Well,
because he did the interview and it was with ESPN, I believe, or something. And
I got it on.
He basically was like, he asked the room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, do you know what the problem is? Do you know, you know the problem? It's time for action.
Right, and I think that's what the protesting is. The first. It's kind of like when you had that conversation, you mad at somebody, like me yelling at you about the shit. That's how you know it's a problem. Now, after the problem is the conversation to fix the problem. You get what I'm saying? Like, protesting is just to let motherfuckers know, like, this is my problem, and I want this to be fixed. Yeah. Now, like I said, it has to be a fucking conversation. And I'm sorry about that, but Kaepernick, you wasn't willing. It didn't sound like you was too willing to have that conversation. So somebody had to, and it just had to be Jay-Z.
I don't know if to say he wasn't willing to have that conversation, but I do feel like he was. I mean, he was definitely blackballed.
Was he willing to have the? Okay, this is, and I'm not saying he might not been. He might have been willing to talk, but you can't have the attitude that you had going into the conversation. You get what I'm saying?
What attitude did he have?
Like you said, with the Fidel Castro t-shirt. Like, if you want to feel like, I feel like that's like, you know how you just picking at the point, like you just picking now. Like,
I mean, but I think that still stand on this point is that I should be able to say how I feel and still work for the company I want to work for. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, whether I do feel like, and it like we got to be realistic in America at the same time as well. Mm-hmm. And if, like, let's say Colin Kaepernick doesn't get a job back because after all this shit get cleared up, it's like, okay, we all for social justice, but we still not fucking with you. The owners say we still not fucking with you. The reason why, maybe they are racist, maybe they not, but at the end of the day, you embarrassed us.
Yeah.
You made the world look at NFL owners like we all racist.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether the shit was true or not, you put it on Front Street and people just not going to forgive
by firing
me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
You proved my point by firing me. You feel me?
Exactly.
I embarrassed you, but you proved my point by firing me that you niggas are racist.
And it's kind of like this, too, though. It's kind of like when you go into a job and there's certain shit you can't say or do, but you have the right to say or do it outside of the job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you signed that contract.
But the thing is, it's exactly.
You feel me?
But I'm not going against. I feel like he should have been able to kneel whenever he wanted to fucking kneel. Because a lot of times when we at the games, I don't stand up for the shit. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's his standpoint. Until it's the fact where it's like, now I'm saying some ignorant shit to you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm speaking badly on you. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's different.
Wait. I don't get what you're saying.
Okay, so like,
you saying the kneeling, he should have been able to kneel, but what?
No. I'm not necessarily talking about him at this point. I'm talking about like when if I'm in my job, mm-hmm. I could wear I could wear at my old job when I was in corporate, so I could wear anything I want. So if I had a shirt on and it says pro black, this and that, I should be able to wear it until I say you racist. You this, you that, you know what I'm saying?
Then
like,
you'll be fired.
Then I'm fired.
Because you
get what I'm saying?
Lines. Okay.
And it's like, I think it's a very thin line when it comes to stuff like that. And it's like, though I do have the right to say the shit.
It's like harassment at work.
It's like, it's so crazy. It's like, but it's like, it's hard to draw that line.
So you know I think it's this though. And Stephen A. Smith said this shit on the show that he's on. I don't know if I can even say that. But, this is the thing. When you're talking about a business that's so in the public, like an NFL team is, you can say what you want to say. You got the freedom of speech, right?
Right.
What happens when that freedom of speech fucks with my money as an owner?
Yeah.
So if I own a store and let's say I own a store and we all work there and it's in a white neighborhood and we wear pro-black. Yeah, we could be pro-black. Yeah, we could wear these T-shirts and all that, but let's say customers stop coming in because they don't like that. They feel uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. At that point, it's either gonna be like, look, we either gonna stop wearing this shit, or y'all gonna have to find somewhere else to work because this shit fucking my money up.
Yeah,
and we can be pro-black as we want to somewhere else. And I think that's what Colin Kaepernick had been kneeling, right? He had been kneeling, and nobody said nothing about it. A reporter one day just asked him like, "Why do you kneel?" And he was like, "This is why I kneel." That's when the shit blew up. It wasn't when he kneeled the first time. It was
Yeah.
when he said something about it and the media poured gas on it. Then it was a problem. They didn't give a fuck that he was kneeling when before everybody else gave a fuck. But when everybody else did give a fuck, it's like, hold on. There's a lot of white people that watch the NFL.
Yeah.
You're going to have to stop doing that shit, buddy.
It's kind of, you know what?
Yeah.
You know, it was saying, like, I don't know, and this is, like, one of the reasons why, like, I don't say, like, you know, talk about, like, the sororities or anything, like, the sorority that I'm in, because it's, like, you are a reflection of them. You know what I'm saying? And you make that, when you sign that contract or you pledge or anything like that, you literally say, like, I pledge to be this reflection of you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, it's really hard because I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. I'm just not gonna let you know what sorority I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna say whatever I want to, but I'm not gonna connect the two. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time,
it's like, go ahead.
At the same time, I'm pretty sure your sorority allows you the room to be who you want to be and have your own creed, your own religion, whatever the case may be.
As long as I don't say their name.
Okay, I didn't know that. So that's
I mean, it's not. Okay, this is a thing. As long, it's not necessarily. I could say their name. I could say, oh, I'm a this or I'm a that. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact when I start acting like this is a opinion of the sorority I'm in. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Okay, so say if I was like, you know, we, you know what I'm saying? No, you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they literally, they'll get on your ass. Like, I know, like, for example, like, some of my profiles, they did like a video, like a Greek video. Got on the letters, you know what I'm saying, with other organizations, and they giving their thoughts like, you know, oh, well, we only mess with Kappas, or we only mess with blah, blah, blah. And they literally sent us a letter like, take that down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't.
That shit a dictatorship on that.
It's not because it's like,
it's
you know,
brand.
you cussing. Yeah,
it's
you can't say that. Like,
I'm protecting my brand.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and it was some wild shit they were saying too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, we like them better than we like them, or we like, you know, like, you can't get on there and be like, oh, this is how we think. You get what I'm saying? No, if you want to think like that, and you can be your own individual. They let you know that from the door. You're gonna be on your own individual, but do not represent us and our thoughts as your thoughts. You get what I'm saying?
So, okay,
don't wear your letters and say this shit. Basically,
is that true?
What?
Like, don't wear your letters and say this shit. Like, if it's not, if they don't see it and you know they don't see it, there's a reflection of them. Okay. If you say it, don't wear those letters because they might affiliate with it.
This is the thing. If you're doing anything derogatory, drinking, smoking, this and that, and you wearing your letters, and they find out, you in trouble.
So we not okay.
But it's the thing is, it's like, I'm using that just because I wasn't trying to go that deep into this. Right. I'm just saying, like, we knew, like, before you make that commitment, and it's a lifetime commitment, it's like, you know, this expectation that we have of you. So it's like, it's hard because you still want to keep your individuality and you still want to keep your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And I keep my individuality. I just don't incorporate them as part of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that are famous. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that are famous, that are Greek, but they don't put it out on the standpoint. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. Like, they ain't going to receive their awards and throwing up, you know what I'm saying? Like, they not doing that because it's just, and it's not necessarily that I might get my letter snatched. You know what I'm saying? It's just a point that I don't want to hit their mouth, number one. And two, I don't want to be, I am a reflection, however, I am not the reflection. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be like, oh, what I do and how I act, this is not exactly how everybody else is going to act, and this is not how everybody else is. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying when I say that.
Okay, so tying that back into Colin Kaepernick, I do feel like, you know, on one end he signed that contract, and, you know, he is a reflection of the NFL to a degree. I still feel like he should be able to speak his mind because I'm pretty sure, you know, he has the right to do that, and the law extends to the workplace as far as you having your freedom of speech. Right. I think the thing that made it a big of a deal as it is him using the platform of the games to do so, and not the platform of his Instagram or whatever like that. He actually doing on the field. Now, when I say that, I don't have a problem with how he did it because I feel like the way he did it is what got us to this point, which is a good thing. If he would have just did it on Instagram, it wouldn't have been heard as well. If it would have just been on, social media, it wouldn't have been heard as well. But at the end of the day, he used it how he used it. I definitely am grateful for everything that Colin Kaepernick accomplished.
For sure.
And I hope that he do get back into the NFL.
I hope Jay-Z get him in there.
I hope Jay-Z get him in there. I don't know if it's going to be – all his people shitting on Jay-Z the way that he is, he might not even want to fuck with him at the end of this shit. But, everybody got an ego at the end of the day.
And on top of that, the way that I feel like the people around him have handled it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, you don't – and when you were saying this before, like, I don't know, like – and I want to be famous. I want to be rich. I want to be all that. But I'm not going to let anyone else. Trina literally said this shit on the internet. Don't speak for me. You going to say some shit, speak for everybody else around. I mean, speak for motherfuckers around. Just don't speak for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't put my name in that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I am my own person. When his girl did that, that was kind of like, because you are a reflection of me.
Yeah,
like, you the closest thing to me. So it's like, exactly. So it's like, this is you basically saying my thoughts, because how I'm feeling and how you feeling is damn near gonna be very close. You know what I'm saying? And it's different. It's different. No, it's close. That's how. It's even if it's not close, that's how motherfuckers looking at it.
And that's people looking at it. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times it could be close or it can't be. You know what I mean? However, I think that I don't know. Like, I feel like even like you said, Jay-Z. Kaepernick might have a ego issue, but Jay-Z might have an ego issue too. When it's like everybody around you just spoke bad on my name. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
So why should I fuck with you now?
Exactly, and that's kind of what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, why?
Forgot about
Colin Kaepernick until this shit came until Jay-Z got his deal signed. After he took the settlement, I feel like people just like, okay, he settled, and then left it alone until Jay-Z got this deal thing. But the whole time, like rappers and all these celebrities use their platform to influence the NFL players to take a knee, start doing so when all the police brutality is going on. Like, you NFL players need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, take, like start, what's that shit called? Like protesting and stuff like that. Like, use your platform. Like, I think Cardi B said something before, like, you know what I'm saying? Before he even did it, and then shit. Now what happened? And everybody just forgot until now this.
Like, we ain't just hit nothing you said.
So what was said was
the microphone.
So what was said was that a lot of people, what they thought was that a lot of people forgot about Kaepernick, because once he got settled, it was like, okay, you good. You know what I'm saying? And now, but he was saying he also feels like that Colin Kaepernick inspired other people in entertainment to use their platform to speak out against it. And that basically that Jay-Z, now he here front, and that's what we paying attention to. So,
all right, so wrapping that up, I feel like Jay-Z gonna make a lot of people look shitty.
On my mama, that he finna make them look bogus.
Whatever moves he makes.
Yes, because he finna pull a rabbit out of the hat. The fuck, that nigga cold.